Hi, and welcome to the next episode of Belly to Belly. And today we're here to talk about preparation for SelectUSA, which is coming up inside of 2 months. So we're not too far away. And we're joined by a great friend, Juli Golemi from the Georgia Tech Enterprise Innovation Institute, which is a mouthful, Julie. And it's great to have you here today.
Thank you for having me, Bill. Good morning.
So, the whole point of these videos is to really help companies coming pre-meet as much as possible great resources that really apply to their goals. So it would be, if you wouldn't mind, it'd be great if you'd take a minute or two and just tell us about your work in your organization and how you help international companies land in the US successfully.
Sure, happy to. So as you stated, Bill, I'm with Georgia Tech's Enterprise Innovation Institute, which is the economic development arm of Georgia Tech. Our group, Innovation Ecosystems, it's Square Global as of February 1, so I'm still not used to the new name, has developed a 10-week cohort-based program where companies from all over the world go through a series of virtual workshops. The program covers several important topics leading up to the expansion decision. These topics include the business model canvas, customer discovery. We talk about understanding US business culture. We have accountants that talk about the different types of companies available or different options available to companies as they think about setting up shop here in the US. We have attorneys that talk about immigration. So it's a long list of topics that we cover. Each focus area is led by a subject matter expert who helps the company representatives navigate what they need to know to make the best informed decision before committing to expanding into the US market. The 10-week program includes one immersion week where teams are physically here in Atlanta for boots on the ground networking. There's also they spend part of their time here doing some customer discovery in an attempt to further understand the US market. This is during the immersion week here in Atlanta. This is where they learn in a more comprehensive way about all the resources available here at Georgia Tech, as well as program partners at the state and local level. So to sum up, I would say that our program provides guided market research that helps foreign companies get to a decision quickly about what it takes to expand in the US market, and even whether if it makes sense for them to take the next step. So it's almost, I would call it almost like a pre-soft landing program.
That really makes a lot of sense. I love the idea that it's hybrid, because certainly nothing beats being in the market and meeting people firsthand and having whether it's customer or resource meetings, and then of course the virtual part allows it to be efficient, time efficient, and resource efficient for people. So that's wonderful. Well, congratulations on the program, Julie. It sounds great.
Thank you.
And so, are there particular industries, or obviously the stage seems like it's early stage in terms of U.S. entry, but are there certain industries that are most appropriate?
So when we look at applicants, companies that apply to our program, we try to look at industries that have strong focus in the state of Georgia, in the Metro Atlanta area. But truly, the educational component of the program is applicable in any industry. Now, there are a few exceptions. Companies that need FDA approval are not really a good fit for our program. But other than that, I would say any industry would be a good fit. And we've had companies, teams participate from a variety of sectors.
That's awesome. So going to SelectUSA, you've been for several years. Why is it valuable for you? What is it that why do you participate? What makes it important for you?
Yeah. So as you know, SelectUSA, it is one of the largest events in the US, if not the largest, that connects companies with economic development organizations and experts that assist international companies expanding the US. For us, participating in the summit, it helps our team connect with foreign companies and hear from them firsthand. Every time I run into folks that are interested in expanding the US, I usually ask some questions just it's almost like a customer discovery for me, right? Trying to understand what the needs are. And based on that information, we try to tailor our program or switch it up. Second, it's teaming or connecting with partners like you, Bill, and other experts in the industry that help these companies, right? I mean, there's a strong network of these industry experts. So it's great to connect with everyone and also learn about what the trends and what's happening, what are they seeing. We usually talk about where's the largest interest in terms of region and in terms of sectors. So that's great. And lastly, what I also enjoy is connecting with economic developers, especially the folks from the state of Georgia. We always have a booth at the exhibit hall. So it's great to be there together with them and represent the state of Georgia.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And certainly a lot of great resources throughout the state to help companies. Right. So, you know, you've seen companies come and get a lot out of the event. You've probably seen some companies not necessarily get so much out of it. And, you know, thinking of the companies coming, some of the folks will have been to the US before, some not. So I think the opportunity is certainly getting a lot out of SelectUSA, but also the US visit, you know, whether it's a spin-off event or, you know, visiting certain markets that are appealing to them. But are there tips that you have for companies coming in terms of how you'd suggest they get the most out of the event?
Yeah, sure. Well, my advice is come prepared. Study the agenda. It is packed with panels, workshops, pitching sessions, so it can be quite overwhelming. I know the first one was for me. So I would say that it is very important to identify the sessions that you're most interested in attending in advance. That's my first step. Second, identify individuals. In the app, there's names and contact information for all conference attendees. Identify individuals you want to meet with and schedule one-on-ones. I found that to be very, very useful because, like I said, it's what, 3,000 plus people. So it's hard to run into people per se. So you have to be focused, have a strategic approach to how you're going to tackle the summit, right? The agenda also will typically includes a great number of sessions where industry experts provide actionable guidance and instruction. So these sessions would be very helpful, especially to companies that are in the early stages in their expansion to the US. As you said, Bill, some companies have done their homework and know exactly what they want to do and have done their research. There are others that are just showing up and kind of filling the market. So these sessions would be very important for these for companies that don't necessarily have a plan. Third, I would say walk around the exhibit hall and make sure to stop by all the booths. You will gather a wide range of information from industry experts. And as I said earlier, certain states have a booth at the exhibit hall. So companies that have a region in mind and the place where they want to set up shop in the US, I think it's very important for them to meet these economic developers from that state. It's just, you already have the connection. So when time comes that you land in that state, you know who to call, right? And so I mentioned the one-on-ones, and most importantly, I think, Bill, again, it goes back to having a strategy in mind, spending a few days before or after the summit and having follow-up meetings with folks that you make connections with. It's really important. It's just keeping that relationship going instead of just going home and having a pile of business cards and not even remembering half the conversations that happen. So I think is active participation, strategic participation, and following up on the leads. So if you can afford to stay a few more days after the visit, I would recommend, or after the summit, rather, I would recommend you do so. So those are my top four.
Yeah, those are fantastic. Yeah, really about preparation and Good execution, yeah. So it's and probably wear comfortable shoes, maybe on the list too.
Yes, yeah. Half day through the summit, heels and feet start to hurt wearing heels.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I know when I wear heels, it's terrible. Well, Julie, this has been delightful, and certainly we can't wait to see you at SelectUSA. We're going to put all of your contact info in the description below, and we very much encourage the audience to reach out to Julie ahead of SelectUSA and certainly take advantage of a pre-meeting. So when you get there, you're really having a more of a second and third level conversation. So, but again, thank you, Julie.
Thank you, Bill. Likewise, we're looking forward to seeing you and making new connections and seeing old friends and making new friends.
Perfect.
All right. Take care. Thank you, Bill.